Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's been a little minute. I know I haven't put a video in a while. It's been really crazy, super busy, a lot of stuff in the background. But finally, we're gonna talk about this iPhone 12 Pro Max and what's it like to vlog on it, whether or not you should vlog on it, and whether or not you want to upgrade. Sick. Let's get into it. All right, iPhone 12 Pro Max. The phones are out. We have the Mini, the 12, the 12 Pro, and the Max, which I'm currently using right now to film this vlog. And probably the question that you're probably asking yourself is the phone worth the upgrade? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the cameras. We're gonna see how they handle things on the video side of things. Obviously, I vlog via my mobile phone, so we're gonna kind of look at it from a vlogging perspective and see whether or not it's something that you want to upgrade into. And as a vlogging camera, honestly, this is pretty good. All of my B-roll's been shot on this phone. I've been shooting it in the ultra wide. This right here is using the wide camera. This is like the equivalent, I think, of like a 24 mil or so, something like that. This is honestly pretty good as far as I can tell. Like, again, look, if you can see, everything is exposed. I'm exposed. Everything kind of like around me is exposed. The sky, light, everything. It's really good. I think the way this phone handles skin tones, the color science, just features fresh out of camera. And I'm using the native camera app. I'm not using Filmic Pro or the Moment app. This is just all fresh out of camera. I'm not shooting in Dolby Vision because I edit on my phone. Actually, I edit in Premiere Rush, so it's not set up to use Dolby Vision footage yet. So I'm shooting in the normal, video on the phone. But overall, this is really good stuff for a phone just fresh out of the box. If you want to go and make some dope videos, you have really good quality here. All right, and also, if you guys are curious in any way, shape, or form, this is what the audio sounds like on the phone without a mic plugged in. So I don't have my mobile mic plugged in right now. I've just plugged it out. So this way you guys can hear what the phone audio sounds like as is with the internal microphone on it. This is kind of what you can expect in terms of sound quality. Personally, I would still recommend you get a mic just because phone audio in itself is not at its best yet. So I would still recommend, you go ahead and get an external mic for your phone and use that for your audio. Cool. Also, what's pretty dope as well is that the front-facing camera now, I think, is actually totally usable. It now records at 4K 60, 4K 24, 4K 30, as opposed to being locked in at 4K 30. So this is kind of the image you get here on the front-facing camera. You're not gonna have the variable lenses, of course, but you still can get a pretty decent wide shot recording here on your front-facing camera. So things here as far as your talking segments like this that I'm doing right now, you can very much so do on your front-facing camera. You no longer necessarily have to rely on your rear cameras, but I still kind of prefer them because I have those variable lenses and the multiple opportunities there. I can kind of swap up between what I want to do, and then if I'm shooting B-roll for whatever reason, I don't really have to flip back and forth. I just already have it available because I'm already using those rear cameras. So that's kind of my recommendation for that. But of course, if you're someone who really, again, the beauty of this is having a front-facing camera. You can see yourself, you know that you're in frame. You're not worried about whether or not you've caught the image necessarily or your composition because you can physically see it. So this is kind of the benefit of shooting on this camera. But yeah, I'm going to kind of give a bit of some closing segments just on my thoughts on everything so far. Obviously, I have pretty good things to say overall. We're going to talk about a couple things that I'm not super fan of, but we'll get into that, and then we'll kind of wrap this video up and head back home. All right, cool. All right, so what do I ultimately think about it, right? Ultimately, I would say the iPhone right now is a prime opportunity for you to do vlogging. If you do, videos inside of your home, I think this is just a good overall camera for YouTube content and video making. Some things that I don't like, however, I'm not a big fan of Dolby Vision being on by default, simply because not a lot of things are using it right now. But obviously that'll change over time as more and more applications and software adapt and update to make use of the Dolby Vision footage. But right now it is pretty hard to utilize if you don't have a computer, and if you're editing on your phone, you might as well not have it, because I don't think there's anything that's allowing you currently to edit using the Dolby Vision footage. And most social media and things like that, I don't know how they handle the footage overall. I think it kind of blows out your highlights a bit and some things like that with your colors. It looks like super saturated possibly. So that's probably one of the things I have a little bit of a gripe with. Other than that, I'm just not a super big, I like the telephoto lens, not a super big fan of it, but what I would really like to see, then I'm really upset it's not in here, because you do have LiDAR, which allows the phone to focus a lot better at night, which is really good for, you know, your photography at night and video at night. But one of the things that I'm not super happy about is I feel like it could be doing more, and I would really like to see like a portrait mode video so that we can get that depth of field that's definitely missing on the video side of things on this phone. For photos, you have excellent portrait mode, does really good. Struggles a little bit with some edges, but overall it's really, really good. But we're lacking it on the video side of things. It's just not, it's not all there yet. So hopefully something gets done with that in software or in future updates, or maybe the next iPhone, who knows. But that's kind of my 2 cents on it overall. Ultimately, if you have a phone and you want to start making vlogs and YouTube videos, there's never a better time to do it. But all right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna kind of give you a couple more closing thoughts, and we're gonna head out of here. Cool. All right, so right now, just so you guys can get a little bit of a camera comparison, what you're seeing here is the ultra wide. This is the ultra wide right now, pointing towards the street. You can kind of see how it handles everything. It's gotten a bit darker, so we're kind of heading into a little bit of night mode footage here, but you're getting the idea. If I swap over here, this is the wide lens. This is kind of what you're looking at in terms of your field of view, colors, how it's handling everything. I'll kind of, you know, tilt up here so you can kind of get more of that sky. And then of course we have the telephoto. Right? So out of all of these, the camera that I use the least is probably the telephoto. I just haven't had a whole lot of reason to use it. I do get a couple of pretty interesting close-up shots with it now and again, but I use it more on the photography side than I do for anything in video at the moment. I imagine if I was trying to shoot some more like specific kind of B-roll or stuff like that, then I would use the telephoto. All right, so that's pretty much my thoughts on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and honestly all of the iPhones. Even if you don't have the Max, what's really kind of nice about this phone is there's good censorship in the wide camera. I didn't mention that earlier when I was filming on wide, but you guys can probably see when I was moving around, it's pretty stable footage. Censorship is an excellent thing added into the phones. But even if you don't have the Max, if you get the regular 12, the 12 Pro, the Mini, any of the phones, to be completely honest, any of the 12s, you have a great phone that you can utilize right now for making YouTube content, videos, vlogs, whatever it is that you might be into. So I highly recommend getting into it if you haven't already, and hopefully this helps you guys out, make a decision. Maybe if you want to upgrade, do you want to upgrade to, if you don't have the 12? I would say if you don't have a 12, if you're on like a 10 or a 10R, or something like that, I would definitely say it is well worth the upgrade. If you have an 11 like Pro Max, then it kind of becomes a little bit more of like, what are you looking for in the phone? You do get a bigger camera, so it's taking in more light. You do get better night mode stuff. This is essentially the definitive phone, the flagship cameras. So if that's something that you want to have, if you want to have the best of everything that you can get, then I do recommend the upgrade still. But if it's something that you feel you can kind of wait on, there's no harm in that either. Whew. Alrighty guys, that's the whole video for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helped you guys out. If anything, please subscribe to the channel. Crush that subscribe button. You know, stick around for more stuff. Follow me on social media. You can follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Twitch account, all that stuff. Those links are in the description below. I'm really trying to get myself up to 1K. It's been a while, and I'm finally kind of back into the swing of things. I'm trying to make a lot of things happen. I have some other stuff in the background for you guys. I can't wait to show you guys the home studio once we get everything figured out and we move in and all that stuff happens. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Be on the lookout for more videos. If you have any recommendations for stuff that you'd like to see me do, please put it in the comment section down below. Also, if you have the 12, tell me how you're enjoying it. If you have the 11, and why haven't you upgraded yet? Talk to me about that stuff in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. All right, boom.